Alright, there we go. I was on mute. Oh, that's really bad. Right, anyway, hello guys and welcome to TRRL Division 2. This is the first round of the first season. Obviously, we got a new group of drivers for this one. Obviously not the biggest of grids today, but it's understandable because it's a new, new division, and obviously some other people already had some plans, but thank you to those who could make it. So, we'll wait for the first people to come out. And we'll go on board with them around the lap. Obviously, Abu Dhabi we're in today, so we'll see how that one goes. Hopefully, it'll be a good one to watch. Ufafa, I hope you're subscribed, man. I hope you're subscribed, and I hope else I'm disappointed. Obviously, just waiting for them to get their setups on and everything. I think it is a little bit behind with the timing, so we'll have to wait patiently for that to sort itself out. But we'll just wait for the first car to come out. I think I think a 136 is a good time around here. I really don't know. We'll see. But as we see, we'll just wait for the first car to come out, and then we'll go on board with them through the outer lap. No driver, it seems, wants to go out, or either they just don't know what to do for strategy wise. Maybe it's going to rain later on in the race and they're deciding what they want to do with their setups. Not too sure on it right now, but we will see. As we got Nate and Slow Coach, they are a full team for this weekend today, a Red Bull. Death Peacock and Why Not Beast, they're both in Ferrari for this one, and Jits and Vano, they are both Mercedes for this weekend. A couple others, I think Skrull and Nilla are both in Haas, so that's another full team. Only Williams and Mercedes, no, Williams and McLaren will be the only teams that aren't full. We'll see. Is my game glitched and I just can't see what's going on in qualifying or something? Because they're stuck in the pits. Oh no, don't tell me they're stuck in the pits. We're stuck in the loading. Right, it looks like we'll have to do a restart because they all appear to be stuck in the loading screen, which is awesome. That's not the way you want to start it, but hey ho, if these things happen, we'll just get them all back in. I was wondering why they were not coming out of the pits, but that obviously sums up the reason. Right, so we will get them all back in. Right, they should all be invited now. We'll quickly sort out the lobby options. Obviously, we're not racing on Bahrain, we're racing on Abu Dhabi. Go through, sort this out. And then that should be everything. So we'll wait for the drivers to jump back in. Obviously, the restart has messed a few of them up. I'll re-invite them all, give them a chance to get back in. Obviously, sometimes the first invite doesn't work, but hey ho. Okay, now people can't join. What is going on? This really ain't good, is it? I better let them know if they're having troubles joining, just restart. This is not the start we wanted, but we'll have to make do with it. There's a few more drivers getting in. Let's hope the rest can. Must just be some problems with the game, or either me, that people can't join. There we go. So people are now joining because we restarted the game. Awesome. So we'll just wait for the 3 other drivers to jump on in, and then we will get going. I need to go to spectating because I ain't racing. Well, I am racing in Division 1, and I've done not a lot of practice, so I'll probably be a back marker, but we'll leave that one for that time. So there's 4 other drivers that have still got to jump in. We'll just wait for them to jump in. Just 3 others now. Just checking to make sure who it is. So there'll be 2, and then who is the other person we are missing? I believe it is. I'm not actually sure who it is. Who's the last guy we're missing? Is it Hawkeye? Yes, it is Hawkeye. So we'll send him over another invite. So if you are having problems with joining, just restart your game, and it should sort it out. I hope. Okie dokie. So we'll just wait for the other few to restart the game, and then. So there's 1, and then we're just waiting for Hawkeye and Nilla, and then we should be good to go. While they are joining, I am going to quickly put my controller on charge so don't disconnect mid-race, and also I'm going to put my laptop on charge. Just while we wait, I give you a commentary of what I'm doing in real life, as I can't commentate on the race just yet, so I'm currently plugging in the USB cable to my charger. Nearly just knocked off my PS4. That would have been my game being restarted. Well, my whole PS4 being restarted. And so I think we're just waiting on Lilla. Okay, we'll send him another invite, and then we should be good to go. Once Lilla joins, we'll be able to get going, so hopefully it shouldn't be too long for that, and hopefully there will not be a problem with it again. As I'm quickly getting my charger for everything, I probably should have sorted this out before I started streaming, but I leave everything to the last minute. Right. we just ask the person who is struggling if he needs any help. We'll send him over another invite. Okay, so he's just restarted his game and they should be joining, and then we will ready up. Okay, right, we should be good to ready up now. And let's hope no glitch happens in the game. Let's hope we do come out of the pit lane, because I was sat here wondering why I was moving. Yeah, I just thought nobody wanted to go out. But anyway, we are now going into the game. The race, you know what I mean. For short qualifying, right. Right, so we'll wait for the drivers to put their setup on and come out of the pits, and then hopefully we will get going. I hope. Please, someone come out. Just make me not worried. So it's like Vano. Oh no, Vano must have lagged out. Oh, I hope he can still do qualifying. I think I do hear some drivers getting ready to go out. I'm not sure. There we go. So it looks like we got a Red Bull with Nate coming out. So he'll be the first one out, which is nice. We've actually got somebody coming out. And we've also got Why Not Beast in the Ferrari. He's already out, so my game needs to catch up, please. That'd be lovely. So we'll stay on board with Why Not Beast for his out lap, and then we'll stay on board with him obviously for his hot lap as well, and see what time he can get down on the board. As we got a few other drivers finally coming out of the pits. Why Not Beast looks to be a little bit laggy there for us, but hopefully it's not like that in the game. Hawkeye has somehow lost his wing already on his outlet. That's always a great sign, isn't it? We got a slow coach coming out of the pit set. I think that is Spanner behind him. Yes, it is. And then we got Cleason as well coming out of the pits. Who else? We got Nila coming out of the pits. Death Peacock. It looks like everybody's coming out. That is everybody up. Oh, Vano did get to disqualifying, I believe. So Vano is the only one left in the pits right now. So we'll go back on board with Why Not Beast for his hot lap. He's warming up his tyres, as you can see there. So as we watch Why Not Beast coming onto his hot lap, we will stay on board with him and see what time he can get down. As I said, from what I've seen, I think a 1:36 is good. I don't know. I'm going off my times, and if these guys are way quicker than that, then obviously I'm just not very good at this track. It looks like a little bit of a slide from the back end there, going through the big right-hander. onto the long straight now. We do have a little bit of traffic. You could get a little bit of a tow here, but hopefully they do get out of his way. So obviously he is on his hot lap. Got a couple yellow flags. That'll just be people slowing down to get out of the way. Or people on their hot lap. It's not people been in it already, I hope. But why not be? He's looking like it's going to be a fairly decent time on this lap. Obviously, getting a banker lap down is very important. You don't want to invalidate there. It's very difficult to. Sorry, not difficult. It's very easy to invalidate on that a little bit if you just like brake a little bit too much and go to the right over the curb. But this lap's looking like it'll be a fairly nice one for him to get down, and then you can do some more push laps. Test the limits a little bit more. You'll be careful coming around here that you don't cut the corner a little bit too much. But coming into the last couple of corners now, we'll see what time he's going to set. I will actually get all the telemetry in that up. I think it's what you say. We don't need... Wait, no, there we go. So, oh, he invalidates and he goes into the wall. That's really bad. I think he is very lucky to keep his wheel there. Has he still got his wheel? He has. He just doesn't want to get in the way of traffic, but it looks like a lap that was going to be put together rather nicely. He has just put it in the wall. So, is there a way I can get a bigger map? Do I have to go in settings and do it? I want the big map on screen display. Hold on, guys. Oh, I'm so smart. Right, let's see who's just about to finish that. Wait, I still haven't got the big map. Oh well, anyway, it looks like Nate has just set a 1:38.3. That's a fairly decent time. Hawkeye obviously must have spun out on his hot lap, but that'll put him in P2 for now as nobody else set times. Looks like Slow Coach there, going slightly faster than his teammate in Red Bull. And that is Scrolled doing a 1:37.3. That is a very nice time indeed. And we have Death Peacock setting a 1:36.9. That is an even quicker time. So the quicker times have started coming out now. Jit's doing a 1:37.9. So we have got the faster times coming out now. It looks like Spanner is on her hot lap. I'm actually going to go in and change my on-screen display back to medium. It looks like Creason is just retired. Oh, no, hold on. Looks like he's just retired. I'm not sure. He must have just crashed going too fast. Whereabouts is it? It might be just out the pits, it looked like. I'm not too sure. It looks like Vanna is also retired from the session. So, obviously people pushing a little bit too much on their first lap. Just want to get a good lap down and use that as a banker lap. But hey ho. So we'll stay on board with Spanner and see what time she'll set. Doesn't look to be setting any purpose sectors unless I've missed something. So she's coming into the last two corners now. We'll see what time she does set. She has got a little bit of traffic in front of her, but they shouldn't affect her time too much. And it was difficult because it was coming up to their hot lap as well. So it looks like Spanner's just gonna hobble over the line. That was probably looking to be, I reckon, a 1:37. So quite unlucky there to just wrong place, wrong time. I mean, the other person couldn't really do much. I think it was actually... Who was it? Nobody's got wings. What's going on, guys? Why have none of you got wings? I'm not sure who it was, but they were just starting their hot lap, so that's something. Hopefully Spanner can get out and set a quicker time, because I'm sure she'll not be happy at that time that she's set. A lot of people going up. It looks like Nate is on a hot lap, so we'll stay on board with him as he's currently in P1. Or has he? No, he's just set a 1:36.8. I've missed it. I'm missing everything, guys. I'm sorry. This is shocking commentary. Who do we watch? Who do we watch? Who's on a fast lap? Is it a you? No, a you? No, a you. We'll stay on board with Why Not Beast because he hasn't got a time down. So I take it this will be his hot lap. So he has just set fastest sector 1. So it's looking good so far. So going into the hairpin now up to the long straight. Just got to keep it together, make sure the back end doesn't spin out. DRS open. we will see what time he does set. It does look like a very decent lap so far, obviously setting purple sector 1. It isn't a purple sector 2, but he did look fairly fast through it, so he definitely is still up there with his times. Just got to keep it together now, and he should be at least in the top 5, I would say. Let's run board with him now, going through the final couple corners. 2 more to do after this. He just doesn't want to repeat what he done last time, where he lost it on the curb coming up after this corner. He keeps it together, and then he goes into the final corner. What time is he going to set? It looks to be a 1:37, a 1:37.5, so that does put him in P4, not far behind either, so a fairly decent time for him. We have a lot of drivers in the pits. Hawkeye, it looks like he has invalidated his lap, so we don't. Hawkeye doesn't. No, he just doesn't have a wing whenever I look at him. Hawkeye, what's going on? I'm not gonna speak too soon because I'm sure in Div 1 I'm gonna be spinning a bunch as well. So as it stands, Nate is in P1, the Red Bull, and then the Ferrari of the Peacock is in P2, and then Scroll, the House, is in P3. So good time set by them. And who has that? Who is that has just come out? I believe it is a Red Bull, and it is Nate as well coming out again. So we have P1 and P2 and also Spanner out on their hot lap. So we'll see what times they will be able to set. And looks like Scroll, the Haas, has also just come out of pit lane. One of these, I believe he's on his in lap now. Or it looks to be warming up his tyres. Maybe he's going for another hot lap. Maybe his tyres aren't that worn. I don't know. Personally, I'd go in and get another set. But we will see. See what he does. Maybe he is going for another time. It looks to be that he is going for another time, so we will see what he can do here. Obviously those tyres do have a little bit of wear on them, so they're going to be affecting his time drastically, especially in quali. So he does set fastest sector 1 on worn tyres. That's very impressive indeed. We'll see what else he can do, because obviously the tyre wear for him is not affecting him one bit. So going down on the long straight now, DRS will be open. And you see, yep. Hitting just 200 miles an hour there along the straight, so very fast along the straights indeed. Get a nice little shot in the curb, get run over in the process. But anyway, going down to the old starting grid. Let's see what he does for sector 2. Is it another purple? No, it's not another purple. It's same as last lap, I believe. But he is 3 tenths up on his time, so he is looking to go P3 on this lap. Unless he can gain some more time and possibly push into P2. Maybe P1 if he does have a regular last sector, but we will see. Just got to keep it together now for the very end. Looks like Scroll is just retired as well there. Maybe pushing it a little bit too hard. It looks like he's lost it on the big right-hander. But we'll stay on board with the Ferrari and see what time he does. And it does look to be quicker than previous. It is a 1:36.5. That is a good time. A very good time indeed. So the Ferrari right now, P1, P3. So that's looking good for them. The Red Bull, P2, P6. Not bad for them either. But I believe... No, you're not setting times. Who is setting quicker times? We'll go on board as Planner because she hasn't really got time set down yet. We'll see what she can do. So I don't really know what times she has done so far. So we'll just have to wait till the very end to see whereabouts she is. But so far it does look to be a fairly decent lap. looking like a 138. Just got to keep it together there. Or a 137.2. That's a good time indeed. That puts her in P4, and it just looks like the Ferrari, the two Ferraris are currently now sat in P1 and P2. Def Peacock obviously setting a 136. That is a quick time indeed. So well done to him. It looks like the Haas is finally coming out to set a lap time. It doesn't look like he has got a lap time yet. So we'll see what he can do. Is he on a lap? Yes, he is. Looking very smooth as he comes into the final 6 corners, I believe it is. This is looking like a fairly quick time. We'll see as he crosses the line what time he does get, but this is looking to be a very fast lap. A very fast lap indeed. Comes over the line, this might be a 136. It is a 136.2, so that does put him in P2, so that is a very good lap by him. So looking like getting closer to the end of quali. It's looking like these will be our times for quali, the positions of the starting grid, but who knows, because there'll still be people on hot laps, so it isn't over yet. And I believe our timing is wrong, so they do get like an extra minute and a half than it says. So quali isn't over yet, so anything can still happen. The Ferrari just getting out of the way there for the Red Bull. And it comes across the line. Is this a hot lap? It is a hot lap, and that does put him in P2. That's a very quick time. Obviously the top 3 right now all within 2 tenths, so getting very close up the top, which is what we like to see. And obviously the Ferrari in P4 not that far behind either. So, who is on a lap? You are not. You are. Hawkeye is on a lap. He hasn't validated though, so never mind. Slow Coach looks to be just starting one, so we'll stay on board with him and see what time he will set for his lap. Obviously, he's got to try and improve on a 138.2, which I hope he can do. I believe he can do it, but going through, I didn't actually see Sector 1 how much quicker he was. I missed that, which is my apologies. But anyway, coming down on the long straight, the DRS as soon as possible. A little bit late there on opening DRS, but shouldn't affect this time too much. Hard braking going into the left-right. Not taking as much curve as you could on the inside, but maybe he doesn't like taking the curve on the inside because it could compromise your grip out of that corner for the long straight. But it does look to be a little bit quicker, so he could be on for P3 here. He's just got to gain a little bit more through the final sector, and then he will be there. It's looking like a very decent lap for him, nice and smooth. A little bit of an overshot there. Hopefully that's not an invalidation because he didn't use it to his advantage. But it's looking like a decent lap so far. Oh, he does hit the wall there, so that might affect the very end of his race. And yeah, it does look like an invalidation and a wing. That ain't good. It looks like Hawkeye. We'll stay on board with him because he is trying to set another lap, and he is 10 seconds off on his time already. So we'll see what he can do as we get a nice little helicopter shot of the track and Hawkeye. Getting a Hawkeye view. I need to stop with the jokes. He does go very deep into the hairpin there, but maybe that's the better line to take. I'm really not sure on this track. I wouldn't think so, but we'll see. We'll see what times he can produce for us. Obviously a 151 so far, and we know that wasn't obviously the best lap. He must have messed up his actual lap. A little drift coming out of the left right there. We'll see how much quicker he is going into this. He is 5 seconds up on his time, so it isn't the quickest time. Maybe he had a spin at the end, but it does look like qualifying is now over for some drivers, so this will be Hawkeye's chance to get a little bit higher up But at the times he's sent at the moment, I don't think he is, unless he did mess up in the last sector before. But it doesn't look to be the quickest of times. And he does invalidate again, so that'll be Hawkeye in P9. So as it stands, it looked like... Oh no, we do have a Ferrari on a hot lap, and he is 5 tenths up, so this could be pole for him right here. So we'll stay on board with him, because this could be a very quick time indeed to get him into the top 3, which will put him in a very nice position to start the race. Oh, he nearly loses it. That might cost him some time. We will see. He might still be able to improve. It does look like the Mercedes has just smacked into the wall right in front of me. That's not what we want to see. That's probably affected the Ferrari's time as well, trying to avoid it. We'll see what he can do though. Never mind, I don't think it did affect him. I think that is P2 for him, I believe. We will see when the timing board comes up, but I think he just... it said P3 on his thing, didn't it? So very, very close to the top 3, all within 1 tenth. So this is going to be a very close race. So Ferrari 1, Red Bull 2, and another Ferrari 3. So we'll get into the race. This does look like it's going to be a nice race. Hopefully they can keep it clean and not wipe each other out. Hopefully. No promises, guys, but let's hope they're going to be clean. So anyway, we'll be heading into the race now. I believe it is 28 laps. I do not know the best strategy, so I really don't know. I think whoever is in P11, probably the best option would be to start on mediums. That's personally what I would do, but we will see. So we'll just wait for the drivers all to make sure they're all ready. Loading in. Hopefully we don't have anybody glitch, and then we'll be underway. And obviously, guys, if you do want to watch Division 1 after this, I'll leave the link to the commentary in the description. Division 1 is very, very competitive. It's very close and very competitive, so if you're looking for something to watch that will be enjoyable, that's what you want to watch, not this. I'm joking, I'm joking. Well, this is enjoyable too, but Division 1's better. The commentary's better too. I'm not the best at commentary, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're on board with the Ferrari here, so he's put it on pole with a very good time. Slow coach already been disqualified. That ain't good. Looks like him and Hawkeye have hit, but anyway, we'll move on. So the Ferrari in pole, he's put it on pole for Ferrari, so hopefully he'll be able to get some more poles later on in the season. He looks to be very close between the top 3 though, so we might see them swapping around. Nate in the Red Bull, another really good time, almost got P1 and almost lost P2 to the person behind. But we'll see what he can do along the start. Obviously, inside just a little bit further back. The car sounds like it's about to blow up. That's not the car, it's the game, I promise. And then the Ferrari, the other Ferrari in P3, obviously within 1 tenth of his teammate, so very, very close there. FN Nilla, another one, a very good time in the Haas, not that far behind. And then behind him he has the McLaren Spanner. And then next will be the other Haas driver of Scroll, so it looks like the Red Bull and the McLaren are both in Sam teammates. And then it's Jits in the Mercedes. And then it's obviously Slow Coach in the other Red Bull, but he has had a little collision with Hawkeye along the formation lap. Must have just been a little tiny bump, nothing major. Hawkeye obviously in the Williams, hopefully it wasn't a very big incident. I hope it wasn't, it shouldn't have been, but we'll see them in the race in a minute as they're on the grid, but obviously with the cold tyres. And then we got Creason, he's in 10th on mediums, so that could be a very important strategy in this race compared to the other drivers. He is in the Alpine. And then we have Vano, who he did crash out in quali, which means he can start on medium tyres. So that's nice for him, but we'll go back on board with the Ferrari to see the start as we wait for the other drivers just to get into their position. So we'll wait for the lights to go out. I know they are a little bit glitchy, so they will go out and the cars won't go. So there we go. They aren't going, so we'll just wait for them to go. Okay, and it looks like they're underway. So it looks like the Ferrari does get a very good start. So does the Haas. The Haas goes to block off the McLaren. Looks like the Red Bull takes a very wide inside line there. So it looks like the Ferrari's got away quite nicely, so is the Red Bull. It looks like we got quite a few bunched up here and the Haas is going wide. The McLaren just getting a place on the Haas. Just got to be a little bit careful and give each other space. We've got the two Mercedes behind them as well, so the, Vano's made a lot of positions there, so that's very good by him. So as it stands, we've got the Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Haas, Mercedes, and then we have the Red Bull, and then the Haas, and then Alpine and Hawkeye. It looks like the Haas did lose quite a few positions at the start there. I think he did get pushed wide by the McLaren, but we'll go back on board with who did we go back on board with? Who is close? It looks like Slow Coach has just been overtaken there by the Haas. I just missed that. I'm brilliant at this. So it looks like the Alpine, no, who's getting close? Oh, we missed another one. There we go, it's the Ferrari and the Red Bull. It looks like the Red Bull does back off into the braking zone. Okay, so it looks like Ferrari now 1-2. Obviously Red Bull not wanting to fight for that position too much. Obviously it's early on in the race, so it's understandable. As we have the Haas car trying to get past the McLaren, and it looks like the other Haas car has fallen back a little bit, but he has just got the Williams again, so good job to him. We'll go back on board with the Haas because this looks to be where the fighting is. We'll see if Scroll can get past Spanner. Obviously when DRS is open, that'll be much more handy, as they do not have DRS yet, they only have the tow. We can see Nilla looks like he has gone into the pit, so maybe he has taken a little bit of damage there. But we'll go back up on board with the... Oh, we've just caught Vano spinning. Okay, so that ain't good for the Mercedes, but hopefully, as long as he gets back on the throttle lightly, he doesn't want to get in the way of the Williams there. That might have just been a little bit dangerous rejoining the track, but it looks like it was all good. So it looks like the Haas has actually got past the McLaren as well. I'm missing everything, guys. I'm apologising, I'm sorry. But we'll go back on board with the Haas. Looks like he's now challenging the Red Bull. He is he's within DRS, but obviously you do not have DRS yet, so we'll see what happens here. Our timing is a little bit messed up, so I don't really know who to watch because I don't know how close things are. So I just quickly click through. It looks like the Haas is actually closing down on the Red Bull, so we'll stay on board with them. And it looks like the two Ferraris are wanting to lead this and get a nice little lead, so good job by them so far. Good points for constructors, it looks like it will be. As we see, I think that might have been a little exceeding track limits there from the Haas. And Hawkeye also gets an exceeding track limit. Somebody has come off in sector 2, I'm not sure who it is. It looks like it's Nilla coming up in sector 2, so that's unfortunate for him, but we'll go back on board with the Haas. It looks like the Ferrari is actually spun in the same place he spun that time, obviously waiting to rejoin the track safely, which is good from him. So that does open it up a lot more at the top now, so the Red Bull is in P2 and the Haas is in P1, so it looks like a virtual safety car. So let's see what drivers do here. Do anybody pit? It doesn't look like it. The Ferrari obviously couldn't pit because he was too far past, so drivers just have to stay at the speed limit of the safety car. And obviously when it comes back on, you do not want to be getting a drive-through penalty, so they just got to be a little bit careful. Restarting from the virtual safety car. Why don't all the engines sound like they're gonna blow up? It's just the hats, isn't it? That's just what they sound like. Right. Anyway, we'll stay on board with the Haas for this because he was close to the Red Bull, but it can go anybody's way here. Unfortunately, it isn't a normal safety car to help the other Haas driver Nilla to catch up. It is literally the Haas cars that sound like that. Maybe it's not a glitch in the game. Oh, yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I don't want to be too mean to Hans. Yeah, they all sound bad. Alright, anyway. So hopefully the virtual safety car shouldn't be out too much longer. But this does give the Ferrari that did cause it a little bit more chance to be able to pit, get a new wing on, and then get back out there. So it looks like the safety car has just ended, and Vano did get a drive through, so that is unfortunate for him. You just have to be a little bit careful. But it looks like the Mercedes is on the back of the McLaren. So we'll stay on board with the Mercedes and see if he can catch up. Obviously you have to slow coach as well, trying to catch up to P6, or trying to get past P6 shall I say. So a little battle forming here, so we'll stick on board here and see what happens. Obviously DRS will be activated in 2 laps now due to the virtual safety car. So it looks like One Not Beast did pit after his collision, so we'll see where he comes out to compared to the Haas of Nilla. I think he will. This might be a little bit close. So it looks like he is going to rejoin the track just in front of the Haas and just behind Vano, which Vano has hit the wall there, so he is out of this race. So now there is a safety car. Oh dear. I'm surprised we still got 10 people. We still got half a grid, guys. No. Obviously we didn't have a very big start off with, as this league has just been formed. I say league, this division has just been formed. So obviously a lot of people already had stuff planned. And it looks like Jits have been given a drive-through penalty for speed under the car, so that is not good for him. And our race leader has just been given a penalty for exceeding the track limits of too much there. Let's see if he will pit under safety car. I think he will. Yes, he will. Just gotta be careful that he doesn't drive too quick into the pits. Okay, that was good. We'll see if Nate also pits. Nate also pits. So does the Haas. Does the McLaren. And the McLaren also pits. And the Mercedes. It looks like we do have a driver staying out. It looks like it will be Creason. Obviously, he started on medium, so this has worked in his favour. So he will now be leading this race. Will Hawkeye pit? It does give the backmarkers a chance as well to catch up, because obviously some of them pitted early. It's like Hawkeye all over the place a little bit there. Nah, it's okay. Oh, he goes into the pit wall though. That was close from him. The Ferrari, this gives him a chance to also catch back up. And also it will give the Haas a chance to catch back up, who does not go into the pit. So at the moment the Alpine does lead the race. So we'll wait for other drivers to catch up, and then we'll be underway. So it looks like we will just be waiting for a few other drivers to catch up back. I can't speak. A few other drivers to catch back up, and then so the safety car will probably be out for another lap or two. Just want to make sure that nobody hits each other under safety car. And so far so good. I do not want to speak too soon though. So I know that the safety car will be coming in this lap. So we'll be staying out for another lap, so Hawkeye should be able to catch up on time, and so will Miller. Looks like the Ferrari has just caught up to the back. So just 2 more drivers now, and then the safety car should be in this lap. So 22 laps still to go of this race, so still a lot can happen. We'll just wait for the drivers to get around the track and the safety car to come in so we can get racing again. Obviously, I think the Ferrari will be eager to get past the Alpine, as he does have a penalty and also has fresher tyres, so we'll stick on board at the front to see the battle unfold here, unless the Alpine does get a very good restart, and there is a battle further back that is more entertaining to watch. So there you go, the safety car is in this lap, so they will be racing again after this lap. So we will see what happens as the Alpine does back up the field to get a good restart for him. The drivers just have to be careful that they do not hit each other on this little bit here. And it was like Jits has hit Slow Coach, so there's already been an incident. Or Slow Coach has hit Jits. I think that would be actually Slow Coach hitting Jits. So they do get underway in a minute, I believe. We'll just wait for the Alpine to decide when he wants to go. Obviously you don't want to leave it too late, but you don't want to go too early. Looks like the Alpine is taking his time with the restart, and there we go, he has restarted, and it looks like Nate actually is eager to get past the Ferrari. We have a few other drivers. It looks like Spanner nearly going off there and crashing, so just losing the back end. Just a little bit careful through there. It looks like Nillo's already gone off into turn 1. Nate's dancing side to side for us, but we'll see the battle unfold for the front, because I'm sure the Ferrari will be eager to get past the Alpine. A little bit further back you can see a gap being formed between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Oh, a little bump there. Hopefully there was no damage between them two. And that does compromise the Ferrari, and Nate could have a go here down the little pit straight. Looks like he isn't close enough to make a move. Further down looks like we have got a few drivers. Slow Coach sending it around the outside and nearly getting the move done. The Ferrari. Do have a yellow sector 3, it looks like. Who is that? It is the Haas and the Red Bull of Nate and Scroll. It looks like they've had a little coming together there. I'm not really sure what has happened. And looks like Death Peacock might have lagged out, so he is now an AI car. It's all being eventful now, isn't it? Right, this could give a chance for the Alpine to re-overtake the Ferrari and take the lead, and it also does give a chance to the McLaren of Spanner to be able to get a podium here, and also Slow Coach, the other Red Bull, obviously doing a good job for Red Bull now that his teammate has had a little collision. So we'll stay on board. We're coming out of Oh no, I've lagged. Never mind, don't worry. I'm lagging. It looks like the McLaren is going for a move here into into this turn. I don't know the turn number. Trying to make the move stick. Doesn't give much room, that Alpine. Got to be a little bit careful there that you don't hit one another and cause damage to both the cars. But the McLaren's going to have another go here on the Alpine. She is going to go for the inside line. Nope, she's going to go for the outside line. And then she switched back to the inside. Doesn't have a chance to make the move there, but looks like the Alpine has got past the Ferrari. So we'll see if the McLaren can catch back up to the Alpine. And it's like we have the other Haas driver there retiring from the race. That's unfortunate for him, but obviously there's always next weekend. So DRS is now enabled, and it looks like the McLaren of Spanner is just not in range of the Alpine, so that Alpine could get away here. And there's another little wobble there as well. And it's like there is an Alpine spin in there. It does look like the race leader, so that now does put Spanner in the lead of the race, and she will be defending from slow coach there. So we'll stick on board here, and obviously Spanner does not have any penalties, so that could play a massive part in this. And as you see, the Red Bull trying to make a move there, just not able to, but they will have another chance going into the straight here with the DRS open. It isn't close enough to make a move into this turn, but we will see what happens into the next one. It looks like Spanner of the McLaren has just broken the DRS between her and the Red Bull, so that's a very good job for her. Dev Peacock is trying to catch up, I believe. I'm not sure if he's back in the race now or not. We have Jits gaining the position, I believe, on the Alpine, who did spin, unfortunately. And obviously we have the Haas, who has just set the fastest sector 2, is that? Yeah, fastest sector 2. And then we have the Ferrari and the Red Bull, who are a little bit further back than they would probably want to be, as they had a little bit of contact. But obviously there's still 18 laps to go, so a safety car or anything could bring them back into this. And as Slow Coach now does catch up with Spanner into the DRS range, but it looks like Spanner has just pulled a little bit more again, so going into the DRS activation zone, looks like Slow Coach will not be close enough to get DRS on this straight, so Spanner shouldn't have to worry about defending too much. It looks like Slow Coach will be harvesting, using energy along the straight, and it does catch, so maybe Spanner has got a much more higher downforce setup. As we get a nice little aerial shot here of this battle between the Red Bull and the McLaren. So again, Spanner looks like she has broken the DRS, but obviously there is no DRS zone active along here, or coming up. Maybe along the straight where you start, but it's like Slow Coach might be. Oh no, there is no DRS zone here. I thought there was. That's my bad. As Spanner nearly spins again. Sorry, very close with the grip coming out of corners, but it looks like Slow Coach has caught up with her after that little slip, so this battle could get fairly close between the McLaren and Red Bull, who are fighting for that #1 spot. I can't speak today, guys. I'm really sorry. My commentary is awful. It is not good. But anyway, we see the Red Bull chasing down the McLaren. we'll see what this one has to unfold, as I want it to switch to the screen. It looks like the Red Bull might be able to get past Spanner here along the straight. Obviously, Slow Coach does have a penalty, so I'm sure Spanner will not be worried too much about it, as the Red Bull looks like he is going to get the position. The McLaren did not go to defend, surprisingly, and I believe the McLaren will get DRS along here, so as long as Spanner can keep on the back of the Red Bull, she should be good. And it looks like Hawkeye there has just overtaken the Ferrari to take P3, the last podium spot. But we'll stick on board with this battle here, as the McLaren tries to regain their position. It's just like Spanner's trying her best to stay in the DRS range. She's doing a very good job of it. I will check to see how many penalties Slow Coach does have. So we have got an idea. I do not know where to see it though. Okay, here. So it looks like Slow Coach does have 5 seconds worth of penalties, which will play into the part of Spanner very nicely. Hold on guys, I will sort this out. There we go. So Spanner could have another shot of gaining the position back. Obviously you don't want to risk too much, because she does technically have that position due to the 5-second time penalties. She does not need to make a move. She could just stay behind Slow Coach the whole time. So the McLaren might be able to make a move going into this corner here. We will see what happens. Go around. It doesn't look like she'll be able to make a move this one yet, but she's got to remember that she doesn't have to be in front to win this race. As long as she's 5 seconds behind Slow Coach, then she will get the win for this. Obviously there's still 16 laps to go, so anything can happen. McLaren just trying to keep the DRS zone of the Red Bull as they move on to lap 13. Much more quicker than McLaren, but on the straight line speed I think the Red Bull does have the advantage. So will Spanner be able to move going into the first DRS activations? We'll see. She is half a second back. She might be able to make a move here. She is catching. I don't know if she will be able to catch enough. She does take the inside. You don't want to overshoot the corner, but it looks like Slow Coach does try and gain the position back. It looks like the Red Bull does defend rather well, but Spanner is going to have another chance here, and obviously she has got DRS, so she is most likely going to have this position sorted. And now the McLaren is back into the lead of this race, and further back, the Haas trying to make a move on the Mercedes. It gets very close indeed there. They just have to be a little bit careful that they give each other room. So we will stick on board with this battle for now, as it doesn't look like Slow Coach will be making a move anytime soon on Spanner yet. But the Haas car just trying to get past that Mercedes. He's done a good job of trying to catch them up. Very smooth through the corners. I believe he will be able to make a move next lap, but we will see. Just got to be careful that you do not hit the Mercedes. Looks like we do have a yellow sector 3. I'm not sure who that was. I believe it is the Ferrari, another Ferrari driver spinning there. Oh no, it's the same one. I'm sorry, the other Ferrari. I just made it sound like you both spun. Okay. Obviously the Haas car getting fairly close now, should be able to make a move in the next DRS zone, and looks like Spanner, I did not see that. Looks like Slow Coach actually got past Spanner again. Does she have DRS? She does have DRS on him, so she should be able to stay up in 1 second. And it's like the Haas car does try. Oh no, that's a very big crash indeed. It looks like he did try to go for a move on the outside of the Mercedes, and obviously clipping the curb on the left here, you just get sent flying. So that's really unfortunate for him. Obviously the Mercedes did not give him much from around the outside, so it looks like we do have a safety car, and Nate has pitted, so he could be definitely back in this race now. So it looks like Slow Coach will be ahead for the safety car restart, which does favour him massively. Hawkeye, another penalty for him that isn't going to help his cause in P3. We do have a look at the penalties. It's like Hawkeye has got 11, so that will drop him down quite a bit, but the people behind him also have penalties. It's like Jits has just got another drive through for speeding under safety car, so that means he's going to have to stop again. So it looks like the Red Bull does go on to mediums, and it's like Spanner does have a wing change, so maybe that's what was holding her back, or maybe she did have a spin when Slow Coach got past her. But either way, there should be close battling still between these two, and obviously Hawkeye will now be joining the race for the first place position. Obviously Slow Coach doing an excellent job to keep up the Red Bull in the top 3 after his teammate did spin out, but hopefully Nate will be able to rejoin the battle for whatever position he gets to. He'll be battling for 7th first, obviously. Actually, has he already pitted? Yes, he has. He might come out in front of the Alpine. I don't think he will. I think he's going to be just behind them. Yes, it looks like Nate will be just behind them, coming out of the pit lane there. And it does look like Slow Coach did get rid of his penalty in the pit lane, so that now means the top 3 do not have penalties. So this could get very interesting indeed. Obviously Why Not Beast is on hard tyres, he's on 5-lap old hard tyres, so now we have another Ferrari joining the fight. So this could play a massive part in the fight for the first place spot. So hopefully the safety car will come in this lap as... Oh no, it looks like Nate's catching up. So there will be another lap under safety car, which means we will have 12 laps of racing. So obviously the Red Bull of Slow Coach currently in P1, and then in P2 we have Spanner, the McLaren, Why Not Beast in the Ferrari in 3rd, and his teammate in 4th, Left Peacock. And we have the Williams driver of Hawkeye in 5th, and then Mercedes driver of Jits in 6th. Obviously he does have a drive-through penalty to serve, so that will unfortunately put him at the back of the grid. And then we have the Alpine driver of Cruisen in 7th, and then we have Nate, the other Red Bull driver, in 8th. And it does look like the safety car is going so slow around here, but that is how it is. Should we see how long the safety car takes to get round? We cannot. Wait, oh no, it's in lap data, isn't it? We'll see how long a lap is on the safety car around here. Let's see. My guess will probably be around 3 minutes long, maybe a little bit more. Obviously through this first sector, oh no, they're in sector 2 now, never mind. Obviously the last couple of sectors, they are corners, so they'll take a lot longer. Looks like Slow Coach is warming up his tyres, so with everybody else. So as we get round the last lap with the safety car should be in this lap. There you go, there it is, safety car will be in this lap, and then we will have 12 laps of racing. So it looks like a full safety car will take about 2.5 minutes to get around the track, so not that long indeed, about a minute slower than normal. But as the coach backs up everybody, just got to be careful you don't hit them for the top 3, because none of them have penalties, so that'll play a massive part at the end of the race. Slow Coach, it looks like he isn't going just yet. When will he go? It looks like he has gone now. And it's like the McLaren is keeping up to the back of him. It was a good start from Slow Coach indeed. Looks like the McLaren has pulled away nicely from the other Ferrari too. Obviously those hard tyres are difficult to get going on along the start. You see as we going into the hairpin up ahead, DRS activation zone. Obviously there will not be DRS for the first 3 laps, but will Spanner be able to get Slow Coach on the straight without DRS? I'm not sure, as Slow Coach does seem to have the quicker car along the straights. And that is a yellow set too. It does look like an Alpine has crashed in the background there, obviously just losing it coming out of the corner. But anyway, Alpine is on the Ferrari, no it's not, it's on the McLaren and the Red Bull. This battle we've been watching, looks like Hawkeye does get past the Ferrari there, and it does look like Jits will also be getting past the Ferrari, but we'll keep our attention on the fight for first place, as we have quite a few cars in the background also trying to get that 4th place spot. A little wobble there from the McLaren, but nothing too major. It does lose a little bit of time, but she is keeping up nicely. Much quicker than Slow Coach through this sector. Just him and hopefully get the DRS and get past. Obviously, no rush to do this move. As we have a few cars at the back, it looks like the Red Bull is trying to get past the Alpine and Jits. The Mercedes does come into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Does get a 5 pound penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so that his day is not going well for him today. But we'll stick on board with the McLaren and the Red Bull, as these two are definitely fighting it out for first place. A very good battle so far. So it does look like Spanner will be using a lot of ERS then, so we'll have a look actually. Looks like Spanner only has 30% left, Slow Coach probably only around 50% left, so both of them are using a lot of ERS. How about the Ferrari? The Ferrari about the same as Slow Coach, so they are going through their ERS quite fast to try and keep within that DRS of Slow Coach. Obviously Slow Coach is trying to break it by using his ERS, but both of them going through their ERS, so looks like near the end of the race, DRS will play a massive part, as neither of them will have much ERS to play with. Looks like Nate will be trying to get past the Williams or Hawkeye. He is working his way up rather fast. He could have a shot of getting a podium here, and as it says, DRS is now enabled, so this could give the McLaren a chance to get past the Red Bull. And it's like the Alpine is going to get past that Ferrari there, but we will stick on board with the McLaren as they are closer as of right now, and they will be hitting the DRS zone for the other battle that we have going on between Hawkeye and Nate. So just like the McLaren is right up the back of the Red Bull, a little spin there, which is going to play a very big part within this battle. They're trying to get past. Will she have enough ERS to do it? It looks like she's going to be just short, probably needed another 200 more yards. Looks like the Red Bull will be able to get past the Williams. So that is now Nate into P4. He is on the soft tyre, so I reckon he will catch up the Ferrari, but we'll see as Spanner tries going the long way round. Slow coach in the Red Bull, and I think she does do it as it's giving us terrible camera angles. So there's like the McLaren has retaken the #1 spot, and we also have the other Red Bull chasing down third now. So the Red Bull here could be scoring some big points for the Constructors' Championship. As it looks, Spanner is trying her best to break that DRS and then pull from slow coach, which will be vital in a chance to keep P1. Just got to be careful as slow coach does go wide, so that will gain her some time. As she's now 1.3 seconds ahead, so she just cannot lose those 3 attempts before the next DRS activation zone. Coming up to the point where it decides if you have DRS or not. It doesn't look like slow coach will have DRS to this straight, so Spanner has done a very good job of breaking that DRS. As we have 8 more laps left of this battle, and it is very good so far. So it's like the McLaren there is now pulling away of the Red Bull, so she's doing a very good job. And Nate does look like he will be closing down that Ferrari. He is gaining a little bit every now and then. We'll see how many penalties he does have. He does have 3 seconds worth of penalties, so even if he does get past that Ferrari, he will need to gain 3 seconds to keep that spot. But as it stands, we have the McLaren pulling away from the Red Bull. This will be our first win in Division 1, and obviously the first race in Division 2. I'm on about Division 2. It's been a lot. Been a long day. That's all. I'm gonna blame it on the long day. My commentary, it's not been the best, but it's okay because the McLaren's winning and the Red Bull's in second and the Ferrari's in third. So it's a good day for McLaren. Obviously Red Bull going to be throwing some big points at Constructors, but I don't really know who to watch, guys. Who do I watch? I don't know, like Nate is actually catching much on the Ferrari. We'll stay on board with the McLaren and the Red Bull as he has closed the gap a little bit between them. So we'll stick on board with the McLaren and see if she can keep that distance between the Red Bull, because slow coach does look to be closing in very fast on the distance between them. She does look to have gained some time through there though, so slow coach will have some gaining to do through the last sector as well. It looks like no, Spanner. Sorry, I completely that. Spanner has crashed. That's really unfortunate for her. She's now lost the podium place. Mate, I wasn't even paying attention, and that was really bad. That is really unfortunate for her. She now has Hawkeye behind her. It doesn't look like he will be able to gain, but she did get a penalty for that. It must have been exceeding track limits. Yes, it was. He does slip a little bit there. So as of right now, it looks like Slow Coach will be in that number 1 spot. Let's see if Spanner can recover her position to a podium. I don't think she will, as the gap is very big. But possibly, as Nate's tyres might go off. But Nate is catching the Ferrari, so we could see a Red Bull 1-2 here. We'll stick on board with Nate, as he has caught a few temps on the Ferrari in the last couple laps. And we also need to go on board with the Alpine, because the Alpine is trying to move on the Williams. The Williams does cut him off there. That was a little bit dangerous from the Williams. But it looks like everybody taking to their positions. Fights at the back now. You have the Ferrari trying to get past the Mercedes, and the Alpine trying to get past Williams as he goes for a move down the inside here. Will he make it stick on the hard tyres? So he's going to be much more slower, but near the end of the race he should be much quicker. It looks like Nate has actually crashed, and it looks like the Alpine has actually clipped the corner of the wall there. So it looks like both of them losing positions, and that also does promote Spanner back into a podium spot. So it looks like she will now be keeping that podium spot as long as she gets this over the finish line. It looks like the Ferrari is definitely catching Slow Coach of the Red Bull, so this might not even be the win for Slow Coach he'll be wanting, as obviously the Ferrari on the tyres, so he will be much more faster near the end of the race, so this could get interesting for P1. But we'll go back on board with the Mercedes as he is trying to get past the Red Bull. Nate, who did unfortunately spin, who is currently in P3. And McLaren now closing in on the Red Bull. Will he be able to make a move round the outside? I believe he has made the move, but will Nate be able to have a go back at him? He does have to back off, as he would have hit him else. We'll stick on board with the Red Bull and see if he can make a move back. It does look like he does have wing damage, so he is going to be very slow. And you can see he's already lost 1.5 seconds, so he will either pit now, and he goes wide there, and take the points at 8th, or he'll try and limp at home. I don't really know what would be the point. I think it would probably be best to pit now and take the points that you can get and salvage something from this race, as you don't want to throw away the points on offer here. And he does come into the pits. So on board with the Ferrari and the Red Bull, as these two are flying it out for the first place position with 4 laps to go. The Ferrari just falling a little bit behind on the straight, so obviously has a much more higher downforce setup than Slow Coach. We know Slow Coach is very quick on the straight, so he's obviously running a very low downforce setup, as he was much more quicker than the McLaren along the straights. So as we now go on to the fourth to last lap, 25th lap of this race. Looks like the Ferrari is nearly in that DRS of the Red Bull, so the Ferrari could be on for the win here. And it does look like Ferrari has just lost it. So this could be an opportunity for Spanner to catch up and take P2, but obviously she does have a penalty, so I don't know if she will be able to make the move, but going down to the make the move, keep the move. But it does look like now Slowcoach does have the win for this race, as long as he can keep it together for the final few laps. Spanner is going to make a move on the Ferrari. Does the Ferrari have damage? Because if the Ferrari does, then... Oh, no, I want to see behind. Does the Ferrari have damage? It doesn't look like the Ferrari does have any damage on his front wing. So Spanner will most likely not be able to gain 3 seconds. But we don't know. We will see in the next couple of laps if she can gain 3 seconds on that Ferrari. McLaren now gained 0.7 seconds on that Ferrari. She is pulling away from it, but we should be able to pull 3 seconds. I'm not sure. She is on the medium tyres, and obviously the Ferrari is on the hard, so I think the Ferrari should be able to keep this one for P2, but obviously Spanner will be happy with P3, I would imagine. Obviously a little bit gutted that she did spin when she could have had the win. But we won't stay on board with these two and see what happens between the McLaren and the Ferrari. Looks like the Ferrari is going to go for a move on the McLaren. Does look like the Ferrari will be able to make the move stick, as they do bump wheels a little bit. That was a little bit nasty from both of them, but I would say more the Ferrari. But obviously a little bump shouldn't be too bad. But obviously we do want clean racing, so maybe a word will be said after this to the drivers. So now we are on the penultimate lap, as the McLaren does think about going for a move on the Ferrari, but backs out. Obviously she doesn't want to throw this away now, as I don't think she will be able to make up 3 seconds, so you'll be better off just sticking to P3. But obviously the Ferrari could get exceeding track limits and a penalty, which will mean Spanner will be in the fight for that P2 spot then, so who knows what she will do. Slowcoach comes into sector 3. Obviously he will only have one more lap to complete. And then he will be the winner of the Abu Dhabi Division 2. So a very good drive from him, very consistent, so he definitely deserves it. but we'll stick on board with the McLaren and the Ferrari, as the Ferrari does get a 3-second time penalty. So this is now all to play for the McLaren. If the McLaren can get past the Ferrari, she will have P2. So this is going to make the last lap very, very interesting. We will see what happens. Will the McLaren be able to make a move? We'll see. She'll be getting DRS here. She could be very close to the final couple laps. Last lap. She will have DRS, so she will be able to catch up going into the next DRS straight along here. Will she be able to make a move going into this next DRS zone? She is close enough, possibly. No spin out of the back end going along here. Will she be able to make a move? Will she be close enough? She is catching. I don't think she's going to be able to make a move going into here. She's going to have to make one in sector 3, which is going to be very tricky indeed. So this could get close. So it's going to be very... We will go on board with the Red Bull of Slow Coach for his win of the Abu Dhabi Division 1 Round 1, Division 2 Round 1 of Abu Dhabi, and Slow Coach does win Round 1 for Abu Dhabi. And following that, it looks like it will be the Ferrari, but only just, followed by the McLaren, and then we'll wait for the Williams to get over the line to take P4. P4? Will he? Wait, hold on. Because of penalties, it looks like a few drivers do have quite a few penalties, so the penalties will shift and change the positions of the drivers. So it looks like the Alpine will take P4, the Mercedes will take P6. Will Nate be able to take P4 with the penalty, P5 with the penalties that they have got here? Will he be close enough? I am not sure. So the driver of the day is the Alpine, and it does look like who got, where did Nate finish? It does look like Nate did get P6, not far behind. Wow, I think it's 100th? No, I don't know. 0.001 behind Hawkeye. That is very close indeed. Anyway, that is the results for Division 2. It will now be moving on to Division 1, which is on Facebook. He's called Ninja Penguino. You'll find the live stream there. Hopefully you come along, but thank you for joining this.